Royal Rumble weekend is come and gone. And with that, also the reveal trailer for WWE 2K26. Leading up to that trailer dropping, we also got some teasers and press release insights regarding the theme of the game, roster additions, game mode enhancements, and some potential DLC. Or better yet, what we used to call DLC, but more on that later. What's good, family? T-Rex Carter here, back with another WWE 2K26 video. Unfortunately, I've been under the weather while all this news is breaking. On top of that, we had some pretty aggressive winter weather here on the East Coast, so I've been a little disconnected from all the happenings with the game. Either way, I'm not a breaking the news kind of guy, and this channel is predicated on analyzing the information and giving honest opinions and feedback on it as well. So if you enjoy this type of content, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't have to miss out on future videos like this. Now let's jump right into the good, the mid, and the downright ugly. Starting off with the good. As weapons physics looks to make its long way to return to the series, as well as the addition of thumbtacks, seeing as this year's game is heavily themed around the Attitude Era and the inherent hardcore nature of the wrestling that was done back then. This is going to allow us to recreate the epic matches from back then with today's stars. We saw the teaser in the shopping cart, and they followed that up with showing us an in-game recreation of Stone Cold putting Booker T in it, as an homage to their infamous grocery store match. But my biggest question regarding this is how much freedom of movement are we going to get with these weapons? Will we be able to set up chairs in the corner and pull off something like Drew McIntyre and do a Claymore into the chair? We've also seen that we now have title belts at ringside during the championship matches, which is something we've been asking for a while now. Will we be able to lay that belt down and properly do something like a crossroads onto the belt? I guess we'll just have to wait and see with that one. Creation Suite also gets a much needed boost, and I believe this has everything to do with them dropping last gen consoles. They are finally giving us double the creation slots and double the image allotment, bumping that up to 200 creation slots and 2,000 images respectively. We still don't know if we can have more images on a single call or not, but this is still a win. Majority of the calls that I download are just updated attires for the wrestlers we already have in game. But the real creators get to eat this year. Body morphing, two-toned hair options, and fuzzy boots are all confirmed for this year's release. My biggest hope with this is that they add more dedicated attire slots and a specific promo gear slot for all wrestlers. That way we can make the most out of the promos in our universe modes. And probably my biggest win is with the enhancements that we will see in my GM and universe. Finally, we are getting 50-week calendars in my GM. Why not 52 is beyond me, but I'm extremely happy for the increase nonetheless. But I need to know what happened with that ridiculous brand warfare mess from last year, because that single-handedly made me not play the mode as much as I did in 24. And with the expanded calendar, I'm very hopeful that we will get expanded rivalries that can last longer than 1 month. We are also getting expanded match sizes with support of up to 8-man matches. So hopefully that means we're getting the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and War Games added as PLEs on the calendar and matches as well. And with Universe, they're adding the draft back in, as well as something called the Universe Creation Wizard, which I cannot think of what this possibly could be. My mind goes first to a tool that walks you through setting up a universe file, which hopefully asks you if you want to set it up with a blank calendar, or asks you what shows, titles, and superstars you want added from jump, which will save time during setup. But that's just a guess. They also mentioned promo types being a thing, but gave us zero information on it. What I'm hoping this means is that they are adding more variations to the promo system that allows them to be done backstage or remotely for that matter. Right now, it doesn't feel like we have enough variations on the promos we have in there already, and they all start to feel the same. Heading into the just mid portion is us finally getting the Kane we wanted, which is 98 Kane, but not in the way we wanted at all. It looks like they took the current model of old Kane and just put his 98 attire on top of him. To make matters worse, his mouth is clipping through the mask. This is just unacceptable. People already claim that the companies that make sports games are lazy and they just reuse assets year over year. And this definitely isn't helping beat the allegations. On that same note, the dumpster match did not surprise us at all, as it really is just a casket match reskin. They even went so far as to reuse the same animations as the casket match. Now this is disappointing to say the least, but I can't say I'm surprised at all. I would have at least liked to see some new animations for this thing, or have the ability for us to push the dumpster around to different spots in the arena. Now, let's get to the downright ugly. As the visuals in this game are not representative of what a 9th gen console game in 2026 should look like. The hair still looks bad. In some places it looks okay, like with Javon Evans, but in most places it looks terrible. It doesn't move like hair, and you can tell what models they have spent time updating and making look correct, and which ones they don't. Liv's model struggles to meet expectations year in and year out. What is the problem with adding a little makeup to the female wrestlers? Take a look at this creation by Soyoru. Look at how big of a difference a little makeup can make. And this is just a creation, mind you. There are tons of mods out there that improve the look of the female wrestlers dramatically. In some of these shots, you can tell that the lighting is improved, especially the scene of the underground match. But the titles, man, the titles look bland. The gold does not pop in the game like it does on TV. Modders have ripped the texture from Call of Duty and were able to mod it into 2K and made that title look 100 times better than what we got in the wrestling game. And the fire. Why does it look like 2K ripped that fire straight from a Nintendo 64 game? I appreciate that the trailer was all gameplay, but they need to pick their shots better because the bad spots look really bad. It looks like a last gen version of the game, but not even a PlayStation or Xbox. It looks like a Switch 1 game. But again, I believe the visual polish will come with next year's game, as this year was all about building out more gameplay features. And lastly, let me touch on the biggest elephant in the room, the Battle Pass, or as 2K is calling it, their Ringside Pass. Now, as I was sitting down to record this video, they went ahead and posted a Ringside report on their website, which explains a lot more and has answered some of the biggest questions I had, as well as what others did about it, albeit quite late in my opinion, as the speculation and rumors were running wild online and the discourse was all over the place. Now, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail on it, as they broke it down pretty well over there, so I do encourage you to go check it out, but I still have some thoughts. But here's my biggest takeaways. First off, you will progress through the free tiers as well as the premium tiers at the same time, which is good. I was under the impression earlier that you would have to grind through the free tiers before you started accumulating RXP for the paid tiers. Now, with them getting rid of the supercharger in favor of this pass, all of the legends that would normally be in the store would have to be unlocked the old school way, which I can't say I'm crazy about, even though I don't really care to play with legends in my game anyway. But a lot of the times, some of the best call parts are from those locked characters. And now I will have to go through and unlock them just so I'm not limited on the downloads that I can get. A sigh of relief came with them stating that the DLC characters with each pass will be unlocked within the first 20 tiers, which, depending on how hard it is to farm RXP, could potentially be fairly quick or take forever. We still don't know. Hopefully the guys that get invited to Creator Fest, or even the devs themselves, can give us a semblance of what the grind is going to be like. They also mentioned that the pass will include persona cards, which I'm hopeful that means that they are putting all personas in here and not forcing you to play through my faction to unlock them, as I cannot stand these card collecting modes in sports games. It's just not for me. And it's so frustrating that they have these limited time events that if you don't complete them, then you won't have the cards required to complete the later objectives or whatever you call it, making it impossible to get the personas that you actually want, meaning that the time you already spent playing the mode was a waste. If they at least make that change, then I guess it wasn't all bad. But I must say, I'm still not happy about the switch to a battle pass like system in general, as I'm a parent to small children who still need a lot of attention, on top of working a full-time job, and only get to game when it's convenient for everyone in the home. The biggest questions I have about the pass is surrounding the RXP. How much of an obstacle are they going to put in our way to earn the RXP required to unlock the next tier? Will it be as simple as just playing matches in Play Now and unlocks the same amount of XP as playing matches in Universe Mode, My Rise, My GM, etc.? I tend to simulate a lot of the matches in My GM and Universe as I focus on the mental stories that I make up in my head for those modes. Am I going to get anything for going through the mode how I normally play it? Or do I actually have to hunker down and play through these matches so my time just isn't wasted? Or is this just going to be an objective fest where you have to hit your opponent with a chair like 20 times, or you have to get 5 stars in the cage match to unlock enough XP to tier up? Can you stockpile extra XP after you've already completed a pass to use that XP on the next pass? Or are you starting over with each new pass? The problem is we just don't know enough. And 2K did a horrible job setting that expectation before asking for pre-order money. Now, they mentioned that they will have optional paid tier skips, which they have those in their other games with these passes, but I'll be darned if I pay extra to unlock a DLC character I've already paid for. Unless it's with VC, then I'd be somewhat okay with that, as I don't play any of the VC heavy modes like My Faction and the Island, and you can earn VC by playing the game anyway. I think the easiest solution to all of this, and would have still allowed 2K to implement their ringside pass, is by keeping the same structure of the 60 free tiers and the 40 premium tiers, and having a season launch where you have to grind the free tiers, but the characters in the paid tiers you automatically unlock when the season launches, and the other things like My Faction packs and personas, you can put the extra time in the grind for those in the tiers. That way it's a perfect balance of new content throughout the year that everyone can access, and the people that spent money don't have to unnecessarily put in extra time in the grinding for the stuff they won't use. This is going to be an interesting year for 2K in the WWE games, to say the least. I don't have a whole lot of faith going into the latter part of the year, especially with the ringside pass. I typically fall off around October or November anyway because of the holiday scramble with my 9 to 5, and I'll likely fall off sooner than that this year, to be honest, because of other games releasing in the back half of the year that I'm itching to play. I'm already considering skipping EA College Football this year because I only put in about 15 hours at most into that game last year. So it's a complete waste of $70. We have 3 games set to launch after August in Fable, Wolverine, and Grand Theft Auto 6 that I'm absolutely buying at launch and will spend an unreasonable amount of time in. So I don't know if I'm willing to grind out a season pass that late into the year. I still haven't made the decision yet to pre-order the game, as I don't really know what's in store for this year's post-content support. I love a lot of the changes that they made to the gameplay, and I think that we're headed in the right direction with it. But that ringside pass really has me at a wait and see. But what about you guys? Are you guys excited for this year's release? Or are you planning on waiting for a sale or skipping out completely? Please let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, like the video and subscribe so you can keep up with future content just like this. And remember to always keep God first. Stay blessed, y'all. I'm out.